Now the thing is that, as you know, that you got your ASL topic that had been posted in that chat box, and and you need to prepare your speech and send it to the email ID that had been provided. Okay, and I want that you should prepare your topic of your own, because this is the purpose of ASL. You may get it in Google if you search over the topic. You may get it notes from your teacher, but I want that then if you do like this, then the purpose of taking that ASL may not be served. On the same time, if you just record it saying the note, then nobody there to find out that whether you have actually seen it and record it. So I feel that it should be better that you record it of your own without seeing any notes, and if it is so, then the purpose of ASL will be solved. Now we were continuing with the on the face of it, and you know, as per the new guideline, as per the new question pattern, we need to write two questions from 5 marks. Two questions will come from business and two questions will come from Flamingo. You'll have to attempt any one from these two. And this year, that the sample question we got from CBSE. In that sample question, one question is from on that face of it. So there is ample chance that from the face of it, broad question means question for 5 marks, it may come. There is no issue that it has been given in a sample question, that means it will come. It's not something like this, but still it may come as a 5 marks question. So we need to understand it properly. Now page number 65 that we just completed, page number 65, not completed, but we are in the middle of page number 65, where Jerry and Lamb had been conversing. You know, from the beginning of the play they had been conversing with each other. So here also we saw that the speech that Mr. Lamb's speech, one thing is there, that I have learned to do and plenty of time for it, years I take it steady. And Jerry one thing that if you fail and break your neck, then you could lie on the grass and die if you were on your own. I could, you know. Now actually Jerry was Mr. Lamb was telling to Jerry that he wanted to climb up the ladder and get down the crab apples, because it's the best time to pick the crab apples from the apple trees. And Jerry told Mr. Lamb, actually better to say warned Mr. Lamb, that if you fall from, if you are having a thin leg, so if you fall from the ladder, then you might fall on the ground and nobody could have any intimation about it. Here he could lie on the grass and die if you were of your own. Then Mr. Lamb told, I could, as if Mr. Lamb knew that that might happen, that he might fall from the ladder and he might die, as if it's nothing new to him. Now Jerry, I feel you have got the place where we are reading from. Now Jerry is telling, you said I could help you. Jerry told, okay, I want to help you. Now this thing suggests that Jerry has been influenced by Mr. Lamb. And just think that when Jerry came for the first time in the garden, and whenever he saw Mr. Lamb sitting in the garden, he wanted to go away from there. But now Jerry wanted of his own to help Mr. Lamb in getting down the crab apples. You said I could help you. Now Mr. Lamb told, if you want to. Mr. Lamb told, yes. There is not emergency. Mr. Lamb was not hankering Jerry that yes, you must help me. Mr. Lamb told, okay, if you want, then you may. No, Jerry, but my mother will want to know where I am. It's 3 miles home across the field. I am 14, but they still want to know where I am. And Jerry told, okay, it's getting evening, it's late afternoon, and my mother wants to know that where I am. And though it's 3 miles, now you know, lots of MCQ also will come from text. You know, so we should remember this information as well, that how long Derry's house is from Mr. Lamb's garden. The distance was 3 miles. So that, as Jerry mentioned, and he told that my mother wants to know where I am, and my house is 3 miles from here across the field, and I'm 14. I'm 14 means I'm grown up enough, but still they want to know where I am. At this, Mr. Lamb told people worry. People worry. They become anxious sometimes. Now, Jerry, people fuss. Jerry actually did not agree with Mr. Lamb when Mr. Lamb told people worry. At this, Mr. Lamb told people fuss. People fuss means he told no. People sometimes pretend that they are worried about somebody, but they actually are not. So, as if Mr. Jerry doesn't have enough faith on his parents as well. No, Mr. Lamb, go back and tell them. Mr. Lamb told, okay, you go back and tell them. It's 3 miles. Jerry told it's 3 miles. It's 3 miles, not so near. It's 3 miles. Now, Mr. Lamb, it's fine evening. You have got your legs. Mr. Lamb told, so why do you bother? Why do you think that it's 3 miles? You're having, your leg. You don't have your thin leg. It's fine evening. So go and tell your mom that where you are. Now, Jerry, once I got home, they would never let me come back. But Jerry told, okay, whenever as soon as I would reach home, my mom and dad, they would not allow me to come back here. Now, Mr. Lamb is telling, once you got home, you would never let yourself come back. Now, Mr. Lamb actually was not influenced, was not impressed with Jerry's, excuse. That Jerry told that if I go whenever I get to my home, my parents would not allow me to come. At this, Mr. Lamb told, you tell that whenever you get to home, you yourself would not come here. Now, Jerry, you don't know what I could do. Jerry, as if Jerry was getting agitated, and he told, you don't know what I could do. Now, Mr. Lamb, no, only you know that. Mr. Lamb telling us, that's you. How could I know that what you could do? Yes, you only know that what you could do. Now, Jerry, if I choose, Mr. Lamb is telling, if you choose, what? If you choose what? I don't know anything, boy. I can't tell you what to do. Mr. Lamb told, I don't know about anything. I can't tell anything about you. Why? Because Mr. Lamb had already shown Jerry a new way of thinking. That I have shown you. You just think of your own. I don't know anything. Now, Jerry, they tell me, no, Mr. Lamb, do you have to agree? Mr. Lamb, Jerry is telling, they tell me, means still Jerry actually gave lots of importance to the other people's conversation. At this, Mr. Lamb told, do you have to agree? Whatever other people tell, whatever they tell, is there any criteria that every time you will have to agree with them? Now, Jerry, I don't know what I want. I want something no one else has got or ever will have. Something just mine, like the garden. I don't know what it is. Now, actually, Jerry is somehow confused. He told that I don't know what I want. Question is why? Now, from the beginning in that play, we have seen that Jerry, only 14 years old boy, but he did not set any goal towards his life. He did not know what he wants to be in his life. Because the only thing he had thought about him, that his life had been spoiled because of that burned face. So he did not set any goal. So he had nowhere to reach in his life. Now, as he had been encouraged by Mr. Lamb, now Jerry thought that yes, there are other way to think. So far, Jerry was out and out negative in his approach, but somehow the influence of Mr. Lamb had made him positive, and whenever he had changed his attitude towards negativeness to positive attitude, then Jerry actually found that yes, I will have to do something in life, and that is why he told, I don't know what I want, but I want to do something. So far he has not thought this kind of actually thinking has not come to his mind. But now he started to think, I don't know what I want. Now he got he found that he was confused, because probably for the first time he was going to set his goal in life, because now he had some positive thinking in his life. And that is why, not only that, he told, I want dot dot dot, I want means I don't know how to do, but still for the first time I had learned to think that something no one else has got or ever will have, means something I want to be in life that nobody has been like this. Something just mine. And I want to have something just like the garden. I don't know what it is. They told, I don't know what actually it is, because earlier, 14 years old, in that span of time, he did not have any idea what to do, what to think and all this. So I don't know, okay, I don't know what to think and all this. Now Mr. Lamb, he could find out. Mr. Lamb could find out. Now this is like a true mentor. How? Waiting, watching, listening. Now see, Mr. Lamb, no doubt he has influenced Derry, and because of that influence, Derry had learned to think positively. Now when Derry told that I don't know what it is, Mr. Lamb told you could find out. Means this is the true role of a mentor. Being a mentor, being a true teacher, being a true guru, Mr. Lamb had shown him the way that this is the thing, that this is the channel that where through which you can think positively. But what you want to be in life, you are the best judge to judge it. So Mr. Lamb has not given any option to Derry that you should be these or that or these. Actually, Mr. Lamb had shown a lesson, Mr. Lamb had given a lesson to Derry, and now had left the decision on Derry himself that you should choose what you want to be. And that is why he told you could find out. Now Derry told, how? How could I find out that what I want to be, or how could I get out from this confusion? Now waiting, watching, listening, sitting here or going there, I will have to see to the bees. Mr. Lamb told another example. He told that waiting, watching, listening, what Derry would get by this? Obviously Derry would be more experienced, because so far Derry had kept himself aloof from the society. He had spent a secluded life, that is away from the common people. Now Derry's thinking had turned in a positive course, and now he had actually set a goal. He wanted to feel that yes, I also want to be something in life, and Mr. Lamb actually told him more, that by waiting, watching and listening, by these you will gather more and more experience. You will come to know about more things in the world, and then you will be the best judge to find out that what you want to be. Now Derry, those other people who come here, do they talk to you? Ask you things? Now why Derry was asking this to Mr. Lamb? Because Derry was in a confusion. Now Derry could not understand that whether I should depend this man blindly, or I should still ask few questions to that person, because the way Mr. Lamb had molded him, Mr. Lamb had actually conversed with him. No doubt this is the first time that Derry got such kind of conversation, such kind of ideas. Now, to believe him ultimately, and to depend on Mr. Lamb, now Derry was actually searching that really, should I actually depend on Mr. Lamb, or I should, I should ask few questions to him as well. And that is the reason that Derry told that those other people who come here, do they talk to you or ask you things? Do other people talk to you, or do they ask you things? Now Mr. Lamb, some do, some don't. Mr. Lamb told, some people ask question, some don't ask question. I ask them, I like to learn. But Mr. Lamb told that I don't bother whether who will ask question or who has not asked question. But I always ask question to them because I want to learn. This is also a great teaching. So Derry and Mr. Lamb always wants to tell Derry that if you really want to gather experience, you will have to come out from your secluded type, and you will have to mix with the common people. You will have to come to the mainstream of society. Now Derry, I don't believe in them. I don't think anybody ever comes. You are here all by yourself and miserable, and no one would know if you were alive or dead, and nobody cares. Now Derry was getting Jerry was testing Mr. Lamb, and he was making Mr. Lamb more agitated, more excited, and he was telling that I don't believe that anybody comes here. What I believe that you are alone, you are leading a miserable life. Nobody comes here, and what you are telling it's just a lie. Jerry told this to Mr. Lamb. Why I should believe that you were telling that lots of people come here, I am having lots of friends, they ask various questions, I talk to them, I ask them, I'm not going to believe all these. I think nobody comes here, and you lead a very miserable life. And this Mr. Lamb told, you think what you please. This is also a criteria of his character. Now, Mr. Lamb has not taken the liability that he will have to make Jerry understand about his life. So here also, Mr. Lamb, as if he remains very casual, Mr. Lamb told, you think what you please. Means, I don't have any liability to make you understand. You may check, you may think whatever you please about me. So that's a good lesson for everyone as well. Means we must not give lots and lots of importance to other people. We have not taken the liability to make other people understand. What you have understand about myself, it depends on you, that how you look like. Jerry, all right then, tell me some of the names. Now Jerry was still tasting, and Jerry told Mr. Lamb, now tell me a few names that you are telling you have lots of friends now and then they come here. Tell me their names. What are names? Tom, Dick and Harry. Tom, Dick and Harry are very common name as we use in Bengali, Ram, Sam, Jodu, Modu, something like this. Tom, Dick and Harry in Bengali, in English. So these are the very common name. And Mr. Lamb told what to tell about name. Tom, Dick and Harry. Now getting up, I have off down to the breeze. And Mr. Lamb was telling, I'm going to the bees because I want to listen them. I want to listen them because whenever I listen to the bees, I find that they hum, they sing. Jerry, I think you are dropped. Crazy. Jerry told, you are mad. You are mad. That's a good excuse. Mr. Lamb is telling, it's a good excuse. Now Jerry, what for? You don't talk sense. Now Jerry was telling, why you are telling this is an excuse? You don't talk sense means what you talk it's nonsense. You just talk like a crazy man. Here Mr. Lamb, Jerry was accusing Mr. Lamb that you were a crazy man, you were a mad person, you were lunatic, and why I should believe you. It's time up. Today after this, I feel you have understood. Next day, if it is possible, then no, I don't feel it will be possible, but still we will try to complete the text. Thank you. Thank you very much for joining my class.